The core of that strategy was to eliminate anything of military value. That included supply lines.
I think Sherman's men were very adept and very clever in their means of destruction. And one of the best examples of that is the way that they destroyed railroad tracks. Of course, the vital artery that connected Atlanta to the rest of the South.
Hundreds of Union soldiers were assigned the task of ripping up the rails. They used a technique that made the rails impossible to repair and became known as Sherman's neckties. In December 1864, Sherman's troops overran Fort McAllister, an earthenworks fortification 5 miles south of Savannah. We've come to the fort, now a state historic park, where a group of reenactors is showing us how it was done.
Sherman gave very specific instructions about how the rails were to be destroyed. Why go through all that bother? Why not just pull them off the ties and leave them aside?
His main goal was to destroy the use of the railroad iron. By just taking it off or just bending it, the Confederacy could come back in, straighten it back out, put it back on ties and go. By twisting it around trees, by actually making corkscrews out of it, it was useless. They would have to be taken back, smelted down, repoured, and then brought back out. And the Confederacy did not have the means or the manpower to do that.
By the start of the war, almost all rails throughout the North and South were made of iron. Just like these rails made of steel, Civil War rails were about 30 feet long and weighed 500 pounds.
Describe the process of making Sherman's
The process
neckties.
is basically you take the wooden cross ties and you stack them sort of in a A-frame, and then you take all your rails, lay them on top, then you start a fire.
How long did it take to get the rails hot enough to bend?
I would say about an hour. We're going to pick up the rail, 5 on each side. Now, touch your rail. Whoever's on the end, touch your rail. Make sure it's not going to be too hot. All right, we got to do this thing. These guys are getting overheated. Every other man face the other direction. On the count of 3, we're lifting. 1, 2, 3. All right, walk it. Tal, is it hot enough? All right, go. All right.
All right. That's it.
Watch your step. Watch the other rail. Watch the other rail. Crisscross, crisscross. Pass off, pass off.
There we go. All right. Got it.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Set her down. Step
That's
on that one so you can
outstanding.
push it down some.
By the way, the tree was already dead.
So where are you in the cooking process on rail number 2?
We'll find out. You guys wiggle it a little bit. No, it's not quite done yet.
You're sticking it with a fork? How do you know? How can you tell whether it's going to bend all the way around?
It's not giving enough. It's still got too much tensile strength. Fall in. I want you all on the same side of the rail this time. All right, approach your rail. Yeah, well, ready? 1, 2, 3. Set it up on the other rail.
Come on. Push, boys.
Come on!
That's it. Release. Ready? Step away from the rail.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to do that
Away
again. That's
from the
not quite
rail.
even.
And that's how we do it in the South.
Why couldn't you rebend this?
Because you've already compromised the integrity of the steel. That steel will never be strong enough on that bend point again.
So it was a brutally effective technique for destroying rail.
Exactly. And it doesn't take much manpower. The resources were already there.
Over the course of the march, Union soldiers would turn more than 265 miles of iron rails into Sherman's neckties.